All right, C1x Report, and it is final round at Ledgestone. I'm filming this a couple days late, so it is Tuesday night at the time of recording. Haven't watched the coverage yet. Was trying not to spoil it for myself. Got it spoiled anyways. I was like, all right, we'll just film the report. Typically try and save last round to watch, but not really a surprise as to how this one finished. So we for the final round, as always, we're going to cover the winning round, person who took it down, and as has been pretty common as of late, that's Gannon Buhr. Even with a double and a single bogey in there, shot 1070 rated disc golf. Looks like the people behind him did a pretty good job of chasing, but when the leader shoots 1070, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, we're gonna put Gannon Buhr's round into C1x. Check out the stats, give it a grade at the end, and see what this guy's doing to just win every single big tournament that he plays in. So yeah, we already have a Eureka Temp in C1x from round 1. So we're just gonna hit start rounds, go all the way over to Eureka Temp, and let's enter Gannon's round into the app. Hole 1, par 4 drive in the fairway, up shot to 6 feet, tap in for the birdie. Hole 2 in the fairway, up shot to 16 feet, good connection for birdie. Hole 3, drive went to 26 feet, another great birdie putt. Hole 4 not making into C1 or C2 in regulation, so drive just landing in the fairway, pitched up underneath the basket for a tap in par. Hole 5, I don't quite remember every hole on this course, but I want to say hole 5 is, I haven't even watched the first round coverage of this event yet, but I think hole 5 is that long downhill par 3 that kind of drifts to the left, and you got that path that kind of hooks up close to it. So my only guess is that Gannon maybe threw the tee shot straight OB or kicked a tree and went OB, and then maybe tried throwing like a forehand approach up to the basket, and then that found OB as well. We've got the 2 penalty strokes here. So I'm going to assume drive went OB. I'm going to assume he was throwing from the fairway. And then his second shot was also penalty, but it looks like he had a 26-footer from there. And he did connect on the 26-footer for the double. So dropping back to 1 under through 5. I'm sure at that point it kind of felt like, oh, here we go. Everyone's got a chance. I got to restart my capture there. There we go. All right, so on to hole 6. Drive landed in the fairway. Up shot to 26 feet. Back on track with the birdie. Hole 7, drive to 26 feet. Another connection for birdie. Those are taking a double and then making back-to-back 26 footers for birdie is that's a tone setter. That's a nice way to let the guys chasing you know that you're not missing a step. Hole 8, drive in the fairway. Did have a scramble, so it looks like he found OB, had a 39-footer to save the par and made it, which is silly. And then our job of scorekeeping gets pretty easy here. Hole 9, drive to 26 feet in the basket for birdie. Hole 10, drive to 16 feet in the basket for birdie. Hole 11, drive to 16 feet in the basket for birdie. Hole 12, 26 feet, birdie. Hole 13, 2 shots in the fairway, up shot to 26 feet in the basket for birdie. Hole 14, fairway, parked for birdie. Hole 15, drive to 49 feet, birdie. Crazy. 39-footer, 49-footer. Hole 16, fairway, underneath the basket for a tap-in birdie. Hole 17, drive to 16 feet in the basket for birdie. And then hole 18, drive in the fairway, was not able to scramble, so it looks like found the penalty area, maybe was still throwing from the fairway, but put his 4th underneath the basket. I'm guessing here. Took a 5. At that point, he had a massive lead, so it didn't really matter. But tapped in for the 11 under. So we'll hit finish round, and then let's take a look at these stats. That is a pretty absurd scorecard. 2 pars the entire round. Putting stats. I've never seen that. He didn't have, what was it, 2 circle 2 looks, but 100% across the board for putting. Great driving stats. Outside of that, I know Eureka Temp is definitely the softer of the 2 courses they played at Ledgestone this past weekend, but 72% inside C1 in regulation is still more than getting it done at pretty much any Pro Tour course. And he did not miss a putt the entire day. That's crazy. Yeah, our new second highest round rating ever on a C1x report, and a perfect putting score is going to go a long way in getting that. Surprising number of, he had 4 penalty strokes. That's ridiculous. 4 penalty strokes in a 1070 rated round. How do you do that? How? Took a penalty on 17% of the holes and shot 1070 rated and 11 under. Wow. Not parked a ton, but in regulation, hitting fairways. Obviously, if you don't miss a putt, your birdie conversion rates are going to be 100%. Only scrambled 1 out of 3 holes. Putting comebacks is 0%. So the way that stat works is that it checks every time you miss a putt, and then it looks to see whether or not you made the comebacker, regardless of what that distance is. It's at 0% because he didn't miss a putt. There was 0 times for him to even attempt a comeback putt because he just made all of them. Slightly better back nine, turned it on when it mattered, coming down the stretch. 9 birdies in a row. 11 C1X putts on the round. Didn't miss a single one. What a ridiculous round. Putting stats and the score and rating that he shot in spite of 4 penalty strokes. That's ridiculous. This one is going to be one of the easiest ones to make in terms of the graphics that I put together here. I got my screenshot there. Did look like Caleb Bruce did not finish quite last cash, so that's great. Moved up slightly. But we'll throw in Gannon's round here. Gannon Buhr, round 4. And this was a 52, neg 11. Rating was absurd. Almost 1070 average, dude. He's still averaging above his rating. This is pretty cool to see. I know he's not everyone's favorite player, but the level of consistency that he's achieved in disc golf right now is, regardless of whether or not you like him, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Stats, C2 putting, 100%. I'm going to throw the penalty strokes on here, not because I want to call out Gannon Buhr's penalty strokes, but just I want people to see that this neg 11 1070 rated round came with 4 penalty strokes. Insane. Last stat that I want to include here. C1x. Yeah, I'll throw C1x putting in there too. That's kind of the story. 100% putting across the board. 4 penalty strokes and still did this. Let's get the screenshot I just took into this. Eureka temp. What a round. What a round. Okay, so as always, this is going to go up on the C1x Instagram, and then let's put together the thumbnail for this video. Yeah, I can't do anything other than give him a good give him a buy rating. Anyone would be out of their mind to not bet on him. I'd say that I don't think Idlewild necessarily suits Gannon Buhr's play style, but I can't even say that. I mean, he just won the tournament that Northwoods Black is at, so I think a lot of people think of him as like the open course shredder. He can obviously play well in the woods. I just don't think people immediately think of Gannon as a woods golfer, but obviously he did it. His 7 under and 8 under in Northwoods Black, like never necessarily the hottest rounds, but actually averaged under his rating on both of those. So he's weak in the woods, guys. Only 1055 rated in the woods, but 1090, basically 1080 rated in the Open. So that's tough to beat. Probably a decent chance that he could go to shoot around 1060, yeah, and in a wooded course and average that and still win. All right, anywho, Ledgestone Open, round 4. C1x grade was 9.61. And we're obviously giving him the buy rating. Certainly going to bet on him to be top 5 at Idlewild at least. Unless for some reason he's not playing. That would be the only reason I wouldn't pick him. But yeah, this feels pretty unprecedented. I know Macbeth had his 2015 run, but like the depth of the field now and the fact that he's still winning by 5 with the people on chase card and third card like actually putting up hot rounds. It's not like people were just letting him get away with it. There were 4 double-digit under round scores in the top 7 outside of Gannon, and he still did that. I still can't get over the 1070 rated with 4 penalty strokes. That's silly. I know there's a lot of OB at Eureka. He had one of those where he still had a putt inside the circle, a couple of them. So weren't like round killers by any means, but that's still silly. 4 extra penalty strokes. 11 under 1070. All right. That's enough admiring Gannon's round. That's going to wrap it up for the C1x reports for Ledgestone. Gannon Buhr won again. And we'll keep this going for Idlewild. I think Idlewild is 3 rounds, so I'll stick with the kind of just pick an interesting round 1. Round 2 we'll do last cash, and then round 3 we'll do the round of the winner. That's been the trend so far. I kind of like doing it that way. So yeah, that'll wrap it up for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.